How do you truly diversify your investments and become recession resistant without having to do all the work and become a specialist in the space, in the investment space you're trying to invest in? It's a really tough situation to be in when, you have to really specialize and understand your details if you're trying to invest in multifamily or self-storage or mobile home parks or single family homes, and become a specialist at all those things is really just not that practical. And so, how do you diversify your overall investments and be able to know that you're investing correctly and investing in the right strategies and the right types of deals? So, there's a lot that goes into this. The first thing that you can do when you first start out investing in different strategies like this is finding quality operators that already specialize in that space. So if you want to invest in multifamily, you are going to find a multifamily operator that's done a ton of deals, that has the right experience, has the right infrastructure, and you're going to focus on finding multiple multifamily operators that run things on a little bit different way in different markets of the country and things like that, right? So that way you can invest with them and rely on their experience and expertise to do the workload for you on that side, right? So you could go and do it all yourself and try to invest in a multifamily deal, but most of the time when you do that yourself, you're going to be putting a lot of your own capital into that deal, and that's kind of the opposite of diversifying into multiple assets. If you can put that money in and get a big chunk back afterwards, then great, but at the same time there's a lot of workload. You have to become a specialist, you have to know how operations works in detail on that multifamily deal. There's a lot that goes into it, including the development of resources, contractors, managers, realtors, and infrastructure that goes into place in actually operationally sound investing in multifamily or in self-storage or mobile homes or debt or all the different types of asset classes that are out there that you can invest in. But there's an easier way, which is finding the right operators that you can put your capital with. But first, after finding them, you have to know how to do the due diligence on those operators. You're dead in the water if you just pick an operator and hope that they perform, or just go based off of one referral with somebody else. It's super important that you do the right due diligence on those operators to start. So background checks and criminal checks, really big deals when you're working with different operators. Understanding their experience in that place, how their structure operationally is put together, who's on their team that's doing what tasks, what are the processes and procedures that they go through as an operator, making sure that you understand every aspect of that operator from start to finish and how they think. Do they think on conservative terms? Are they trying to protect investors, or are they trying to make as much money for themselves as they can, right? Are they, putting deals together that have an alignment and incentive for performance, meaning those operators make money after investors get a chunk of their money back as far as a return on investment or a preferred return, or get a return of their capital. So most of the time, I only invest personally in deals that have a preferred return structure in place, that actually go out and make sure there's incentive for performance with those operators that you're investing with. So tons of homework to do on the operators in themselves, right? And then on top of that, the third step after finding those operators and doing the due diligence on those operators is going out and doing the due diligence on the specific deal that you plan on investing in. What is the fee structure involved in that deal? What financial assumptions did the operator put in place? And do you agree with them? Are they conservative or not conservative? Are you looking at the investment documents and the private placement memorandums, the operating agreements, and understanding the provisions within that operating agreement to protect investors, to limit operational control 100% from the operator, so there's decision-making ability from the investor standpoint? Do you understand how they plan on implementing their value add strategy, who their exact team members are that's going to do that value add strategy. Do you understand all of the financial model involved in that deal, the market in that deal, the supply and demand in that market in particular? So there's a lot that goes into doing the due diligence on the operators as well as the deals in themselves. Now, you can get that down to a science. We have a 200-point due diligence checklist that you guys can have. If you guys go to MathewOwens.com, you'll find all of our different resources for investors. But you can have that due diligence checklist that'll help put you on the right start, because the last step is what's really awesome and interesting about this type of investing. Not investing yourself to do all the workload yourself on these strategies, or doing that, putting all your eggs in one basket with that deal. The last step after you found the operators, did the due diligence on those operators, and then did the due diligence on the deal, is being able to now truly diversify your investments into different asset classes, different markets of the country, and then different operators as well. So you have a truly diversified portfolio that can carry you through those different recessions that occur in the overall market, the risks of the macro and microeconomic scale that occur all over the place all the time. And so making sure that you have that right strategy dialed in is extremely key. Now, some of the things I invest in single family home funds. I invest in short-term rentals. I invest in debt. I invest in different multifamily, self-storage, mobile home parks, and even on the alternative side, I'll invest in ATM machines. I invest in marijuana farms. I invest in accounts receivable financing and tech companies, as well as different medical device companies, energy companies, different people that I really like based on the operators, the track record of those operators, based on me wanting to diversify into these different asset classes as a hedge, because it's not always just about real estate and that strategy. It's important to diversify into these other strategies so that you can win across the board. No matter what happens with real estate, you're protected in a lot of different ways. And so super important to understand and look at those deals based on a risk assumptions in place, where if things go wrong, how are you protected across the board? Looking at every risk you possibly can find, and how do you mitigate that risk, or how has the operator mitigated that risk? So if you guys want to learn more, go ahead and go to MathewOwens.com, and I'll teach you everything I possibly can about investing in real estate, investing in syndications, promissory notes, fixing and flipping, buying and holding. We do a lot of different strategies, and we help investors in a lot of different ways. Look forward to talking with you guys soon. Do you want to learn how to create financial freedom in your life through real estate and take your investing business to the next level? If so, you can follow us in one of the following ways. First, you can take one of our free webinars on how to analyze property, how to raise capital for real estate, and how to market and find deals. 3 of the key pillars to becoming a successful real estate investor. Number 2, you can join us on our mailing list, where you'll get tips and tricks on real estate investing directly to your inbox. And number 3, you can take our 6-month real estate course that teaches you every aspect of real estate investing you can think of, and more importantly, create financial freedom in your life through real estate investing strategies that I teach. If you want a master's in real estate in 6 months, this course is for you. We're going to go over how to raise money, promissory notes, syndications, fixing and flipping, buy and hold investing, tax and legal structures, self-directed retirement accounts, financial education, how to run a business, how to market and find your deals, and most importantly, how to create that financial freedom in your life so that you can stop trading your time for money and create passive real estate cash flow that you can live off of. If you're interested, go ahead and click on one of the links below, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the other side.